Hello and welcome. Adita Lang here, and in today's strength class, we are going to focus on posture. You know, the things that keep us upright, standing tall, breathing in lots of oxygen, and just looking our very best. I hope you're good with that. Now, in today's class, we are only going to be using a mat and, of course, a nice cleared out area. You're also going to want water, take breaks when you need to, and work at a pace that's comfortable to you. First things first, can we start by warming up? Now, since this is a posture class, I will have to, reiterate all my posture cues as much as I possibly can. So, your shoulders are back and down. I want you to visualize your shoulder blades moving down towards your back pockets. That elevates your chest. At the same time, pull in your abdominals and breathe as you move. Inhale and exhale. Now, simply just reaching the leg out. Now, although we focus on posture in our upper body, our feet actually have a lot to do as well. That's part of the stability that happens with good posture, right? So now with that, lift one leg up off the ground. So you're just balancing on the one leg. Abs are in tight. And again, heels down. Using your breathing as you're moving. And leg up. Inhale and exhale. And come back down. One more time, leg comes up. And drop that down. Can we just tap our toes down, bending the knees right at the center, and take one arm around in a circle. Abdominals are in tight, and I want you to focus on how the shoulder feels. So the shoulder comes forward and it rounds and it goes back behind you. You'll feel the shoulder blades connect when the arm goes out to the side. One more, and reach across the chest. You have 4, 3, and 2, 1. Hold yourself over and press down and up, rolling through the feet. Inhale and exhale. Hold the heel down, stretch forward. And slowly turn forward, pulling the toes up, sitting down in your left leg and pressing your tailbone out as you hinge from the hips. At the same time, toes go back so you feel the full stretch under the right hamstring. And simply go to the other side. This time, opening the arms out wide. Use your breathing. One more. Hold here, stretch forward. Deep breath. And exhale. Coming to the front, toes up, sitting down in the leg, hinging from the hips and pressing that tailbone back. Hold. And come center. So, can we just start with some shoulders? Taking the arms straight out, soft bend in the knees, squeeze the shoulder blades back in together, and slowly let them go. This exercise is called shoulder retraction. One of my all-time favorites, to be very honest, because it works this little muscle in between your shoulder blades called your rhomboids, which stretches. When it stretches, your shoulders naturally round forward. Some look good that way, some may not. But when we get it nice and strong, it pulls our shoulders back, lifting up our chest, making us stand taller. We breathe better. There's so many benefits. So I want you to squeeze the shoulder blades all the way back. One more time. And release. Okay. So as I said earlier, part of posture is also what goes on with our feet. So let's just do a little bit of balancing, part of our warm-up as well. Hand is right on your left hip, just bending your left leg. And all I want you to do is take the pelvis and lift and lower. Lift and lower. Abdominals are very tight, shoulders are back and down, abs are in. Press up and down. So my right foot, all of my toes are gripping into the floor evenly. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. The other side. Toes are down. See, what happens is sometimes when we're wearing shoes for too much, our toes stop working the way they should. So I need all 5 toes to grip the floor evenly. Abs are in tight, chest is up, shoulders back, and lift the hip and down. Abdominals are nice and tight. And lift, use all your toes. Inhale and exhale. You have 5 and 4, 3, 2, one more, and 1. Move that around. Now, taking both arms, once again, bring them forward, bend the knees slightly, squeeze the shoulder blades back, and bring them forward. And squeeze back, and bring them forward. Now this time, squeeze back, hold, open your arms wide, keep the shoulder blades connected, don't let them go, don't let them go, and now release. Squeeze them back, keep them there, open, close, release. Squeeze your shoulders back, open, close, release. Again, open, close, and release. Pull the shoulder blades back, open, close, and release. 4 more. Using your breathing as you go. Pull back, open, close, release. 2 more. Squeeze back, open, close, release. 1 more time. Pull back, open, close, and release. So with the knees slightly bent, let's open the arms back as far as you can and hinge slightly forward so you feel a stretch in the chest and shoulders, and release. And again, open the arms out, hinge slightly forward, release. 2 more. Open out, hinge slightly, release. 1 more time. Open out, hinge slightly, and release. Shoulders coming up, back and around, all the way up. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways. My feet are underneath my hip joints, and we're going to work on our hinge, bending the knees, abdominals are solid, and all I want you to do is hinge forward and hinge back up, arms at Genie. So you'll notice that nothing changes in my lower back. The only movement comes from the hinge. Abdominals nice and tight, keeping this small bend in the knee. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Four more. And 3. Now 2. And 1. Good job. Should we work on that hip hike again? Find a focal point, or you can hold on to a chair too. But I want you to place more emphasis on the right foot. Make sure all 5 toes are really working. Knees bent, abs are in tight, shoulders back, and lift and lower. Tilting that pelvis, feeling the hip bone come up in the air. If you have to grab your toes to the floor, you can do that too. Keep the abdominals tight. And shoulders stay back, you're breathing. Inhale one way, exhale the other. We have 5. And 4. 3. And 2. 1 more. We can do this. Up. Yes. Okay, the other side. Are you ready? Abdominals are in. I have my focus. I'm using all 5 toes. And up. Keeping your shoulders back and down. Inhale and exhale. We have 5 more. 1. And 2. 3. 4. And 5. Excellent job. Okay. Feet hip distance, hands at Genie. Remember this one? Abdominals are in tight, shoulders are back and down, so now the only movement comes from the hinge at the hip joint. Small bend in the knees, and it stays that way. Using your breathing. You have 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job. A great time to grab some water. And let's bring our mat down to the floor. Simply starting out with both legs out. Chest up nice and tall, inhale, and as you exhale again, hinge from the hips. Feeling the stretch right along both hamstrings, taking all 10 toes towards you. Deep breath. And exhale. Now crossing the left leg over, inhale and exhale, hinge forward again. Keeping the chest up and the tailbone back. Now lifting up your knee and turning to your left. And release the other side. Inhale and exhale. And now come up and turn to your right. And release. So coming in, taking both arms up, and I want you to think shoulders. Now you can sit in cross-legged, you could have your legs out, whatever's the most comfortable position, as long as you're maintaining neutral spine. That's the key here. Now, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, shoulders up to the ears, and now push them back and down. And lift up to the ears, and back and down. A big circle. Use your breathing as you move. Inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Press back. Use the breath. 5 more. And 4. Now 3. And 2. And 1. Okay. Flipping yourself over into a tricep push-up position. So you're on your knees, and you're creating more or less of a straight line from the knees to the tip of the head. Your hands are directly underneath your shoulders, and they're as narrow as your shoulders are. Now from here, elbows stay straight, and I want you to think shoulder blades. The same thing we did standing. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and release. And squeeze and release. You want to feel like all of your body weight is in your hands. Abdominals are extra tight. Use your breathing. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back. Now slowly coming forward to the elbows, backing the knees up again, creating that straight line. Abdominals are nice and tight. So we're in a plank position. And from here, starting with the left leg, come out to the toes and come back down. As you extend the legs, I want you to contract your abdominals a little bit more. Yet you're still maintaining a rhythm of breath as you move. Inhale one way, exhale the other. You have 4 and 3. Here's 2 and 1. Stretching back. And bringing yourself right back up to seated. Let's reach the arms up. One more round all the way through. Are you ready? Shoulders up to the ears and back and down. Up to the ears and back and down. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Using your breathing. Up and press down and back. Inhale one way, exhale the other. 4 more. And 3. Now 2. 1 more. And 1. Excellent. Coming back to the mat. So tricep push-up position. Hands underneath the shoulders, shoulder distance. Abdominals very tight. Elbows stay more or less straight. And now just squeeze from your shoulder blades and up. The movement is small. There's no need to try to make the movement any bigger than it is because it actually works a very small muscle. So this is okay. Keep the abdominals very tight. In this position, many times we want to push our belly downwards, and that's not going to help our spine. So your goal is to keep neutral spine and pull up from the abdominals. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now coming down into your plank, abdominals nice and tight, this time leading with the other leg, out and down. Pulling in the abdominals a little tighter as you extend the legs out. And if you don't feel comfortable extending the legs out, you can just stay on your knees and hold the position and breathe. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, sitting yourself back. And coming over onto our side, rolling all the way back. We're going to start here just by pulling the knees into the chest. And now take both arms out to the side, deep breath, and as you exhale, allow the knees to fall to one side. And I want you to press the opposite shoulder into the floor. And slowly come up, same thing to the other side. And coming center, this time legs go up, bend in the knees, and it's almost like the stretch we just did. So here's what we're gonna do. Shoulders stay pushed against the mat. Slowly allow your legs to go to the right. And when you feel like you can't hold the left shoulder anymore, pull the abdominals tight, pull the legs up, and the other side. So the goal is not to reach the floor with your toes. The goal is to control your shoulders against the floor by contracting the abdominals during the movement. I know it was kind of a mouthful, I realize that, but that still is the goal. Shoulders stay back and squeeze the abdominals very tight as those legs move. We have 4 more on each side. We are down to our last 2. Focus, move nice and slow, squeeze the abdominals and squeeze them a little bit more. And again. 1 more to each side. And come center. Both feet coming down. Hands go right behind the head. So you're holding the weight of your head, which is, they say it's 8 to 10 pounds. Now I want you to turn your focus. We always say abdominals, but I want you to turn your focus to your rib cage. So think about the ribs. Squeeze them tight, and that'll pull your upper body off the floor, and then you release the ribs. And again, squeeze and release. Inhaling one way, exhaling the other. Using your breathing as your rhythm of movement. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees back into the chest. Crossing one foot on the knee like a figure 4 and stretch in. And release the other side. Deep breath and exhale. Now, taking your feet hip distance, hands by your side, think shoulders, press them back towards the mat. Deep breath, and as you exhale, coming up into a bridge. So in your bridge, you want to create that straight line going to the shoulders and to the knees. The goal is to hold it here. Now, the other goal is to make sure that one hip isn't higher than the other. So we want to be very even in this line, focusing on your left leg, up and down. So now your right hip wants to drop. Let's not do that. Pulling in with the abdominals, using your breathing, making sure that the two shoulders feel even on the ground. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come down. Knees back into the chest. Feet come down, hands behind the head, and once again, a basic set of crunches, holding the weight of your head and contract the rib cage. Inhale one way, exhale the other. Five more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lying back down, shoulder blades go back, pulling all the way up into your bridge, focusing on your right leg. Pull up and down. Inhale one way, exhale the other, keeping neutral spine the entire time. You have 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come back down. Excellent job. One more time, hug the knees in. It's always something nice to do. Taking the arms back out, knees are bent. Do you remember our windshield wipers? We're going to do that again. Shoulders stay against the floor. Using your breathing, inhale one way, exhale the other. Keeping the shoulders against the floor no matter what. And then giving your abdominals an extra tight squeeze as you move your legs. Use your breath. We have 5 more on each side. Here's 2. Now 3. You've got this. 4. And 5. And bring those knees down. Turning over to the side. Let's sit up from here. This is another great time to grab some water. And I'll set up for our next little bit. So when you have that water, we're going to sit sideways. Your feet are about hip distance. Chest is up very tall. Now, if you remember when we were standing, we hinged forward. Now we're going to hinge back, utilizing the abdominals once again. Hands at genie. So you hinge back and come forward. The move comes from the hip. You'll notice it's not a huge move. The goal is not to sink down from your lower back where you released your neutral spine. So the goal is to move strictly from the hip joint. So as I move back, I pull my abdominals in extra tight. Yet I'm still breathing all the way through. Inhale one way, exhale the other. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming forward in a little butterfly stretch, deep breath, and exhale, hinge forward. Again, inhale and exhale. And just crossing the legs, hands go behind the head, deep breath, and as you exhale, turn to the left, pulling your left elbow back as far as you can. Chest is up nice and tall, and hold. And now come center and bring yourself over to your right. Same thing, pulling the right elbow back as far as you can. And come back to the center. We have one more set. Arms a genie, abs in solid. Remember, the hinge right from that hip joint. Hinge back and center. Abdominals are very tight. It feels like your feet want to leave the floor as you hinge back. That's when I need you to grip your toes down even further. Five and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Legs go out, big deep breath, and exhale and hinge. So sitting up, left hand back and turn to the left. Not really utilizing your right hand for anything. Think about the elbow though, reach back. Chest is tall. And come center and hinge. Right arm goes back and turn. And come center, taking yourself over to a side stretch. Now, as I reach my left arm up, I'm pushing my left hip down into the mat. And come center, ear to shoulder, pressing the opposite shoulder down, and hold. And the other side, reaching up and over, so right hip goes into the floor as the right arm goes over. Deep breath, and exhale. And now bring the ear over, shoulder stays down, and hold. And come center, hands behind the head, deep breath. Exhale, chin to chest. And I want you to use your hands and give yourself a little resistance as you come up. And once again, chin to chest. Resist coming up and chin to chest. And resist, 2 more, chin to chest. And resist 1 more time, chin to chest. And come up, releasing those arms. Now shoulders come up, back, and around. Again, all the way up, back, and around. 1 more. Hold the shoulders down. Take your head, look all the way left and center. And now look to your right. 1 more time, coming center. Turn to your left. And come center, turn to your right. Bringing both arms out, pull your arms back, feeling the stretch in your chest and shoulders, and now come forward for a virtual hug from me to you. Chin goes down, open the arms out wide, deep breath, and exhale the other side. And taking both arms centered, stretching your hands forward. Oh, my hand's cracked, that's all right. Deep breath, and exhale. 1 more time, big deep breath. And exhale, now arms go all the way up and release. Again, stretch the hands forward, arms go up and release. And this time, arms go forward, but can I have a rotation in the wrist? Exaggerating the turn as much as you can without bending the elbows. And the other direction, all the way around. hands together, deep breath, and exhale, fingertips down, feeling the stretch in your forearms. Release, and press down, hold, and let go. And now I want you to reach and give yourself a little bit of a twist. Try to reach the fingers as far as you can. And center, other side, reach, 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 reach. And release. Thank you so much for joining me in today's class. Go out there, drink plenty of water. Remember those fruits and vegetables as your multivitamin, and keep the body moving as much as possible. Until next time.